Hello, my name is Paul Bellinghiere, and this is my final demo for my graphics game engine. As you can see on the screen, I have three different primitives, the first row being squares, the second being cylinders, and the third being pyramids. Each column consists of one of each primitives in each of the shaders. The first column being a simple flat texture, the second column is the color by position, and the third is a lighted texture according to one point light, and the fourth column is just the wireframe shader. A couple different features to touch on is that you can see the primitives on the screen are all acting a little differently. This is achieved by each game object having a couple different new data members that I called behaviors. When created, a game object is assigned a null behavior to each of its respective behavior members, which are rotation Z, rotation Y, rotation X, scale, and transform. If we then want to assign a different behavior to the game object, we use the respective function to assign a new behavior. For example, the top left cube has a scale behavior to make it oblong, as well as a rotation X behavior to make it spin. Some cubes have multiple, while you can have cubes that have none, or any primitive. Another behavior that I added was a texture behavior. Each game object has a texture behavior, which most are just a simple null behavior. But as you can see, the top left cube and the bottom left pyramid have a behavior just to switch the textures according to a counter. This counter is set when you assign the behavior. So the top left cube changes a little bit more frequently than the bottom left pyramid. Okay, so the camera is controllable to a certain extent. We can use the arrow keys to pan the camera around the scene using left, right, up, down. If we hold the Z key while pressing up or down, we can zoom in and out. If we hold the T key, we actually lock the look at, or the target, and we can use all arrow keys and pan around the scene while still remaining what we were looking at. And then if we hold down R with using left or right arrow keys, we rotate. Okay, and then I say that the camera is controllable to a certain extent because if we switch cameras, which I'll be doing in a little bit, the controls go a little haywire, and I'm guessing that's because of the camera's up, right, and look at vectors in respects to the global X, Y, and Z axes, that I did my calculations in a way that they don't work right. I'll show that in a second. A couple more things to touch base on is that I did have difficulty getting the UVs and the vertex normals to work right with the cylinder and the pyramid. I wasn't really able to find anything online that already had them assigned. So here I can zoom in real quick. So I tried to guess and calculate them as best as I can, but you can see that the light is clearly not working on this one. And here you can see that the brick is kind of off on the cylinder. And then up here is this fun little thing that I did, is that this cube actually has one texture on it, but I messed with the UVs to be able to show us what way the camera is facing, so to speak. So here we have the front, you can see the side, there's the top, another side, you get the point. Okay, so now if we switch cameras using the space bar, you can see that we're looking at the side, and here, like, if I press the left arrow key, I'm going in. I don't really know why. Probably because the left arrow key is mapped to move along the x-axis, and we're looking at the x-axis. So, kind of works, kind of doesn't. So then there's the top. And then here, I wanted to show that even though I wasn't able to get the UVs or the normal or the vertex normals to work on the pyramid or the cylinder, I wanted to show that I still have an understanding of the light shaders. Here you can see that I have three different cubes. Each cube is lit by a different light shader. So you can see that, like, the top cube is lit by a blue light above it. Excuse me. The bottom cube is lit by a red light that's under it. And then the middle cube actually has a new shader assigned to it that I created for 2 point lights. So it has a light to the right of it that's red, and then a light that's under it that's blue. And that's what's kind of giving it the purple shade, and you can see over here that it's not lit at all because the light is only coming from this side. And that's kind of it for the visual aspects. I kind of just want to show what I was referring to earlier when I was talking about the behaviors. Here you can see, well, here is the graphics object that has the two different lights. Here's one that's red, here's one that's blue. Has the two different lights that get passed into it, creates the purple. And then here you can see one of the bottom cubes that is, it's scaled a little bit, it's transformed, it has a spin Y behavior. If we wanted to, we can type something in here really quick that actually allows us to change the rate at which it spins, which I'm sorry, at a 2 it's going to go crazy. If it actually loads, there it goes. That didn't work. That's weird. Oh, that was the light cube, and that's why you couldn't see it, because it's right there, going insane. And I think that is it. Thank you very much.